The one habit that immediately changed my body, helped prevent bloating, and really helps reduce my anxiety levels was walking first thing in the morning for 10 minutes. The changes have actually been so drastic that I've not missed a single day ever since I discovered this little hack. So today I'm sharing the absolutely crazy benefits of walking first thing in the morning, even just for 10 minutes, as well as my top tips for actually getting the most out of that morning workout to see the benefits. Let's dive into it. My name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's nutrition human performance, and today's video is sponsored by Element. More on them in a bit. Okay, so first things first, the benefits. These are not only things that I noticed, but that are also science-backed. And the first is increased energy and mental clarity. Studies have found that walking first thing in the morning for about 20 minutes really helps to improve vitality and mental clarity in participants. And they also found that this tends to translate to benefits throughout the rest of the day too, which I've definitely noticed this. I've noticed that when I walk in the morning, I feel so much more energized. I'm so much more clear on what I need to get done in the day. I'm not experiencing brain fog versus on the rare days at this point that I don't walk first thing in the morning and I go immediately from bed to work. I feel tired, I feel sluggish, and I'm just like mentally not there. Okay, the second benefit is that you get a head start on your steps for the day. Now there's a lot of health and weight loss benefits associated with walking, and they tend to start around 8,300 steps per day. Most people only get about 4,000 steps per day, so just by going on a morning walk, it really helps to get a head start on those daily steps. Depending on the pace that you're walking, you can usually get about 1,000 steps for every 10 minutes. So if you go for like a 20-minute morning walk, then you're getting about 2,000 steps. That's actually a pretty big chunk to get immediately out of the way before you've done anything else. Okay, the third benefit is improved digestion. Walking helps promote our gut cleaning process called the migrating motor complex, which helps to flush out left behind food and bacteria that would normally cause bloating. This is actually why I like to walk first thing in the morning in a fasted state before I've eaten anything. It really helps to double down on those gut health perks because the migrating motor complex can really only be turned on when we're not eating. So if you pair that with walking and movement, you help to double down on those benefits. Okay, the fourth benefit is that it helps improve your mood. Now, exercise in general has been found to help improve our mood and make us feel happier, but especially walking outside has some really unique benefits. When we walk outside, especially if it's a natural environment like a park or a beach or a garden, it helps to lower and balance our stress hormone cortisol, which can make us feel more at peace and calm, which really is just a nice way to start the day too. Okay, the fifth benefit is that it helps with body recomposition, which body recomposition is where we're losing body fat while keeping muscle mass. It's really what the goal should be whenever you're thinking of weight loss. And walking specifically helps you burn fat as fuel because the intensity is lower. And especially when you pair walking with strength training, it's a great combo to help burn body fat while also keeping muscle. I used a lot of walking and strength training during my 20-pound postpartum weight loss journey, which if you want the details of exactly what I did to achieve those goals, you can find it linked right up here. Okay, the sixth benefit is that it helps to promote creative thinking. Now there's studies that actually show this, but I think any of us can really actually feel this as well. I know that when I go for a walk, especially if I'm going for a walk without listening to anything, like if I don't have my headphones in and I'm just going for a walk on my own, my mind is able to wander and I'm able to tap into more of that creative side of my brain, which causes me to come up with some of my best ideas, whether it be for just regular life or for work. And then the seventh benefit is that it helps you make better choices throughout the day. Studies show that consistent exercise, even just walking, helps to promote less snacking as well as less of a preference for highly processed foods. So especially if you're walking first thing in the morning, it can help set you up for success the rest of the day. Now, when you are walking, it's really important that you stay hydrated, especially with getting high quality electrolytes, like with today's sponsor, Element. Element is a really high quality electrolyte company that was specifically created with intermittent fasting, lower carb eating, athletes, and whole food eating in mind. It actually contains the sodium, magnesium, and potassium to help balance out electrolyte levels, all without having any sugar. I've been using Element for like 3 or 4 years now. I have at least 1 packet a day. Sometimes I have 2 packets. In fact, I'm literally drinking mine right now. Before, when I wasn't drinking Element, I was occasionally getting some headaches or a little bit of that afternoon crash. Now, when I'm properly hydrated with Element, I never get that. And Element makes it really easy to not forget to take it because not only do I feel great when I'm taking it, but I also love the taste. The grapefruit salt is so delicious. It's my favorite flavor, but their other flavors like their orange, their raspberry, and citrus are fantastic as well. Plus, they come in these little packets, which make it really easy to stuff in your bag and bring it with you anywhere you go. And right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serve packets free with any Element order. It's a really great way to test out all 8 flavors, so you can get yours at drinkelement.com/autumn. This is only available through my link, so make sure to check out drinklmnt.com/autumn. The link is also in the description down below. Okay, so walking first thing in the morning is great, but there are some things that you can do to make sure that you get the most out of your morning walk. And that first is to take it outside. The treadmill is convenient, but if you have the option, outside walking is going to give you a lot more benefits. When we walk outside, we get the benefit of the stress reduction, especially if you're able to be in a natural environment, and it's just generally more enjoyable enjoyable to walk outside. There's things to look at. You're not just like looking at a wall. Now, walking on a treadmill is better than zero walking at all. So if it's just not feasible for you to walk outside, then treadmill is a much better option than nothing. Okay, the second tip is to have a walking partner. This primarily is really great for accountability, but also making sure that you want to keep doing it. And if you're walking first thing in the morning, it might make you feel more comfortable to be walking with somebody rather than walking by yourself. I will take walks by myself, but I do enjoy taking a walk with my husband and my daughter instead. It's just usually more fun, it's more enjoyable, and we tend to go for a little bit longer walk whenever we do go together. Okay, this third tip is great if you're finding that you're having trouble getting motivated for that morning walk, and it's to listen to a really great podcast or book only when you're on the walk. This is a tip I give a lot of my clients because if you don't have somebody to go with you for that sense of accountability, it might be harder for you to get going and go for that walk in the first place. But if you have a book or a podcast that you're just like obsessed with and you need to know more about, but if you tell yourself that you can only listen to it when you're going for a walk, then you're probably not going to miss that morning walk. And bonus, you probably will go for longer than what you initially intended. Now, though that third tip is true, the fourth tip is to try and go for a walk without distractions. This is kind of like the next step. Still bring your phone for just in case, but try not to actually listen to anything. Not only is this a lot safer, you can be more aware of your surroundings, but you get that added benefit of tapping into the creative side of your brain, which also can just boost some inspiration for you too. It might feel strange at first walking without having any type of distraction, especially nowadays where we're constantly used to looking at our phone or watching TV or whatever, but give it a couple minutes and you'll notice that those creative brain waves just start flowing. Okay, the fifth tip is to make sure that you look for uneven terrain as much as possible. So this could be like hills or sand or even grass. This uneven terrain makes it so that your body also has to focus on balance, and it adds a little bit of an additional strength component too. Ultimately, you're just getting a little bit more out of your walk than just going for a regular stroll. Now, if you're on a treadmill, you actually can kind of mimic this by doing the alternating incline function. So sometimes treadmills will have those different functions like hill setting where it'll go up really high on incline and then drop back down. That's a great way to mimic it if you are walking on a treadmill and not walking outside. Okay, the sixth tip is to make sure you have water before and after. Especially if you're not used to walking very much, you'll be surprised that you actually do need to have more water when you are walking more. You don't want to get the benefits of the walk, but sacrifice your energy levels later in the day, so make sure that you're staying hydrated with water and then of course element as well. Okay, the seventh tip is to not ignore the rest of the day's walking. This is what I call the lazy athlete approach, and it's something that almost all of us have been victims to at some point in our lives. It's where we work out first thing in the morning, or we go for a big walk or run first thing in the morning, and then we just sit all the rest of the day. That sitting the rest of the day can really counter the benefits that you just had from the morning walk. So rather than just viewing it as like, I did my walk, it's one and done, view it as building upon the rest of the day's walking as well. So you don't have to do like a lot of walks throughout the day, but even just getting up every hour and just going back and forth within your house or your office for 1 to 2 minutes helps to break up the day, helps to add more steps, and really helps you double down on those perks of the walk and movement, which I actually have a free 28-day walking plan that breaks this up for you. So if you want to check that out, I will have it linked down in the description below. Now, if you're looking for a meal to help support your body after that morning walk, make sure you check out my favorite post-workout smoothie with this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.